Good afternoon, YouTube. And this is the latest episode in the series, Why Aren't My Sprinklers Working? And in this episode, we're going to tackle a more complicated reason why your sprinklers are working. This episode is sponsored by this beautiful, magnificent day. This episode is sponsored by this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky. There's not a cloud in the sky, there's an airplane in the sky. There's a dragonfly in the sky. Now, we're going to talk about an important reason why your sprinkler system is not functioning properly. We're going to start out here with the supply coming from JEA. And right now we have the we have the water cut off to the irrigation. They have their own irrigation meter, which I recommend. That way you can keep track of how much water you are using to water your lawn. Okay, so let's take a look at why your sprinklers are not working. Also, you can get a view of how we work. We want to leave everything the way we found it. So I do use tarps when we excavate the area so that we don't just destroy your landscape. This area, they had some river rocks, so we want to leave it looking nice. We found it looking nice. So let's talk about why the sprinklers aren't working. Well, you have the main valve out front, which is your main supply. That's the meter from the city. So when it's on, that water then flows to the backflow, which is wrapped in this towel. The customer, I don't know they did that, but anyway, after it leaves the backflow, then it goes into your irrigation valve. And in this case, that is the reason why your sprinkler system is not working. In this episode, we're going to talk about the irrigation valve. And this is what we're going to have to replace today. Now, what is an irrigation valve? Well, it's the same thing as any other valve. We're all familiar with the garden hose valve. So the irrigation valve does the same thing as a garden hose valve. It has the ability to cut on water from its supply to wherever it is sending it. Okay, if I cut on this, then it will send water this way, right? If I close it, it doesn't send water anywhere. Same thing with these valves. They have a manual control. Although you may not know this, you can control sprinkler valves manually, and you can turn them. And this one actually, and that's the reason why I know this one does not work, is because it will not stop the flow of water when you turn it to close it. And that is how we know that this sprinkler valve is bad and needs to be replaced. The symptom was every time, or endlessly, water would just continue to flow through the zone. They were not able to shut it off no matter what they did. So they had to cut off the water at the street in order to get the water shut off. So that's a sign that got to get a new irrigation valve. Now that can be caused, you can also have other issues with your irrigation valve. You can have electrical issues, and the irrigation valve also obviously has control via electrical. That's what the wiring is for. And this is how the irrigation timer cuts on the zones at the time that it is scheduled to. It sends the electrical 24-volt signal to the solenoid, which does the action inside of the valve, which opens or closes the valve. And when everything's functioning, it works well. When it's not, it doesn't. And so this is one of the most commonly replaced pieces of your irrigation system when you're having problems. So we're going to put in a rainbird. Take a look at the new valve. That's the old. Let's take a look at the new valve. Okay. And here's what I always recommend. We've had the best luck with Rainbird, and so we recommend them for replacing your valves. If you have questions, give us a call. You can reach us at 904-321-9181. Thank you for checking out the video. Share, subscribe. Until the next time, peace.